Ewan McGregor makes it back into Variety with a comment about his thoughts about Obi-Wan and the prequel trilogy and its creation versus him and Obi-Wan Kenobi show for Disney Star Wars. So this is what he has to say here. Ewan McGregor talks making panned Star Wars. It was weird to be in a film that was hammered, and we still had to make two. So he is not talking very positive about filming and making the prequel trilogy under George Lucas, which we know that was a very much positive experience for him, that he embraced, he loved working under George Lucas. And he also knew that it wasn't basically the fans who did not like the trilogy. It was more of media and criticism that really hammered down on George and the PT. So let's take a look at this article here. So looking into this on what Ewan has to say. And I believe wholeheartedly that this is a marketing ploy to uplift Disney Star Wars and the Obi-Wan Kenobi show because he's looking for a job. That's all. But you decide on what you make of this bit of information. So Ewan McGregor was very reluctant to play Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, he admitted. So he was reluctant, meaning that he probably was, that wasn't him. He didn't want to play it. He didn't favor it. So, but that was not what was shown to us through the making of the PT. So every single movie in the PT had their making of behind the scenes kind of documentary and how he spoke of it. So now, why the change of heart? Why was he reluctant? Maybe because he was feeling bigger shoes of Sir Alec Guinness, which he totally embraced. And he discussed many times that he embraced and wanted to get into the personality that Sir Alec Guinness created for Obi-Wan. And then he goes on to say, it wasn't a done deal for me. I didn't think it was at all who I was. But again, you got to separate your character from who you are, your persona. Obi-Wan's not going to be you, but you need to make that character believable, right? And I truly believe this. And going back to more of the heated controversy of the prequel trilogy era, the media severely criticized Ahmad Best or Jar Jar Binks. And Ahmad Best admitted that he could not separate himself from the character, so he took it personally. And you need to have thick skin being an actor or an actress because you need to learn how to separate yourself from the character and know that that piece of art is left on the screen and that you walk away from it because not everybody's going to like what you did. As an artist myself, I may not have pieces people are going to like. I am going to be criticized. I have to have thick skin. You grow from that. And then he goes on to say, I believed at that point I was a Danny Boyle actor. In Beach was more important, and I meant it. It wasn't flippant. I did ask a lot of people for advice. And he goes on to say, I'm happy that I am this character for a lot of people. So he was, he's happy that it brought people joy and that he played the character well, basically. But when these films came out, they were so disliked. And he doesn't really say who they're disliked, but if you go back and look at previous clips of him talking about this, it was critics and media. That was hard. The first one was panned, and we still had to make another two. It was weird to be in a film that was hammered. So that goes back to the title that I shared with you from Variety here. So what is he saying here? So why is he talking down the PT here? Why is he talking down his experience? Because when you go back and watch even the interviews from him outside the making of the PT movies, he was very positive about it. He was very excited about that. He discussed sincerely, I would take his experience. So why the change of heart now? Why is he changing his mind now? Why is he changing the narrative, or is he following a narrative? So let's look further into this. So he goes on to say he enjoyed making Obi-Wan Kenobi, though. There you go. That's the hint. He goes and talks down how he didn't enjoy, basically from this context, he didn't enjoy making the PT. He didn't really enjoy the character. But then when he came back in to make the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, he enjoyed it. There it is. That's the key word here. I would love to do the second season, but there's no talk of it yet. There is a lot going on at Disney. So there you go, you guys. What do you think? Do you think that this is just a narrative that he's following so that he can possibly keep a job? You let me know in the comments on what you think about this article, and why is Obi-Wan Kenobi having a change of heart when it comes to the PT, his character, and now with his character when it's under Disney Star Wars. Thank you again for watching, and may the force be with you.